Wow. I'm reflecting on the fact that my number one biggest supporter of the channel, and this is how I'm doing his reactions. So I hope it represents me being myself and calling it the way I've called it the whole time. Eh, None of it should represent the positive sides of all the messaging here. I just might not be right aligned with the individuals. We probably not see eye to eye on every issue, but there's plenty of stuff here that is fire, thought provoking. I Just to be fair, because I'm like, wow, you're really going hard, Rolling. Are you gonna? You just gotta. And I hope I'm not doing that way, Mike. I hope I'm not doing you wrong. Oh, I hope not. But here we are.
We are passing into a great change of species, and no matter how loudly the old authorities may proclaim that this is not so, it is going to happen.
Huh.
Our moment in time, when population reaches its limit and the world as we know it ends, is not about death at all. It is about ascending into a new kind of life.
They only see to the sky are.
Okay, so my dilemma there, long time ago. That's awesome. I'm definitely on the opposite side. So, complete breeding breakdown. I honestly think that Clive Owen, that one movie, I've talked about it. I'm just spacing it off right now, where they don't all birth ends on the planet. I foresee that. I pretty sure our ability to grow and adapt is way better than the fear, but that's just me. What I'm not saying I'm right. I am saying I'm not alone in my position, that others much smarter than myself take these same positions. It's the we'll run out of food has been a hyperbolic headline since before I'll die. But outside of, I think, where it's kept from people, food's readily available. So that's just now I'm not saying people don't starve. Oh God, yes. In no way am I idealistic and think, oh, everybody gets fed. Hell no. I think there's corruption, crime, decay, and Mega City 1 everywhere if I open my eyes and look. And then that to me seems like a by design stuff. We could fix that, but as per the last song, we'd rather feed the military industrial complex. So no one's ever getting fed or taken care of as long as, hey, it's twice today. As long as Raytheon, right? General Dynamic, any of that. And I see the robot dogs are asking for ID in the other side of the world now. So, told ya.
And the world as we know it ends is not about death at all. It is about ascending into a new kind of life.
They only see to the sky, our dreams and our lives, our means to survive, but not between our eyes. We gotta free our minds and redesign them. Seek and find the trees to climb high in. Read the signs between the lines, defeat the lies discreetly hiding deep inside them. Sheep unite and beat the tyrant. Leave the island but keep smiling. Cause why try to fit into a life that has been...
See? What a great line, leave the island. The problem is they protect everybody that went to the island, so once again, you're not allowed to know who has the eye at the top of the pyramid. And until you're willing to condemn BlackRock, you'll never end artisan farming and the lust for green energy and the total eradication of the old for the new. That doesn't matter how many people it destroys as long as all the new power players get their cut. No, of course, I don't know if I'm right. I'm just saying that's what it makes me think of.
Beat the lies discreetly hiding deep inside them. Sheep unite and beat the tyrant. Leave the island but keep smiling. Cause why try to fit into a life that has been pre-planned to keep man in a cycle of sin? The fight could have been won, but we sit stunned as we get drunk and forget once we were tricked. And now they can complete their goal, cause we're convinced the dung heaps are gold. People sold to keep our souls dug in deeper holes than we could know we're stuck in.
So I spent a little time learning about Burning Man. I didn't know about it, but I learned about the 50 people that started it, and the 80,000, I think, and the city, because I watched it from a urban planning and architect's take, not let's go see DMT elves and look at weird art. Don't care about that part of it. I'm not into that scene. I was interested on the growth. And then Ange and I, as always, we like to dive into the comments sometimes and see what the take is. And the comments were full of reflections by people who have already noticed the class structure that's developed within it over the years. And it turns out that, as always, you think you can address it, but see, if the people at the top think they're the most important, the people at the bottom think they should inherit the earth, once again, I'm pretty sure the people that do the actual most are supposed to just stay silent. Now, outside of a place that has the middle, I would say the strong working enslaved represent, they might not look like the middle class, but they're the ones who would actually do it all. So exist. They probably just don't collect. But I don't know. This is all crazy to me. Crazy because they don't, they protect the island. So you can't break free if you're going to always allow your keepers to keep all information from you.
Cause we're convinced that
I don't think this actually had anything to do with that. I think this is so far back that I'm trying to say, hey, look where we got. Because 13, 15 years ago, I thought a whole lot differently than I do now. But I'm grateful to the understanding I have, not the tunnel vision for a utopia that never came to be. Now, I'm not saying that's how anyone out there thinks. It's that whole, I'll keep fighting for what I don't know, but it's all going to be different. I think change is slower than that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know shit. I know I don't like sweatshops, even if they had a union. I've been real hard on artisanal mining and other stuff, and I do wish we could ascend past where we're at. But I believe the reoccurring theme of wanting the same clout and trinkets is really where the trappings, right? It's in the lyrics. So, that's what I like about this is it does realize that it's all an illusion. But I don't believe everyone's enslaved because I go back to that. Well, what would we do if we were chasing migratory animals? Well, we'd be able to move our village, set it up, take it down. That's why I was looking into that Burning Man. There's weird parallels there about, let's say, tribal existence versus, foundation placed. And I hear they clean up after themselves. Outskirt towns closer, the towns out there I hear get just trashed. It's funny how that works. They'll trash your town, but they'll clean up after themselves because it turns out that's that whole, are you going to come right back? Oh, he's killing me. It doesn't matter. We better go.
It's been pre-planned to keep man in a cycle of sin. The fight could have been won, but we sit stunned as we get drunk and forget once we were tricked. And now they can complete their goal, cause we're convinced the dung heaps are gold. People sold to keep our souls dug in deeper holes than we could know we're stuck in.
Now something is wrong with that. Don't you think?
sequence of precluded opportunities, just like deja vu that never ends. It seems our position as spirit beings on its physical journeys to make our moves and then ascend. Life can be a sequence of precluded opportunities, just like deja vu that never ends. It seems our position as spirit beings on this physical journeys to make our moves and then ascend. I know sometimes it seems like it's some kind of dream, right? Some try to scream and reach the sun-shining beams, but the path is paved in choices and the voices tell you lies. But it's your choice, your life. Don't wait for hell to rise. It won't be televised in any case, on any stations anyways. And many wait for many saviors. Many say that any day the pennies they attempt to save will buy.
Now, so I like that's. I'm going to go back all the way to the king. I got to cheat. I can't keep. Makeshift kingdom. So I want to keep thinking magic kingdom. That ain't right. The beginning of that. Now, I think there is a philosophical, spiritual, and deeper connection in some of these lyrics to its listener. I would argue once again that some of those avenues, unless they're really new agey, tend to be demonized as of today's date right now. And then, as per earlier, it's funny how some people's mysticism is okay, but other people's is government supported and protected. That's going to create a super complicated dynamic on the planet someday. And I only think to myself that the one with the more freeing deity might have a better chance than the one with the more stifling and controlling deity. But I'm just going to leave it at that because I think that's so sensitive. You're not allowed to have that talk at all right now. I think if I had to take a guess, I'm not allowed to be on the planet when that plays out, is what the powers that want to be have envisioned. If I understand those books that the WEF put out, I'm supposed to be gone by the time they implement that, I think.
Your choice, your life. Don't wait for hell to rise. It won't be televised in any case, on any stations anyways. And many wait for many saviors. Many say that any day the pennies they attempt to save will buy them plenty acres. And the petty labors everyday works fruit can then be savored. Believe what you choose to, but I refuse to surrender to the people that rule you and their ruthless agenda. Spend a day away with me, don't slave this week or play the game. End the pain, I'll make you see the sacred tree and break the chain. Leave your alleys and streets, walk the valleys and peaks with me. This is all ours if you and I could just leave it be. Freedom is as easy as believing that we're one. Breathing it in deeply and the healing has begun.
Now, 100%. So there we go. Like, this is awesome there. I actually like this track. I think there's a deeper, but then there's that, I guess when this came out, it was okay to imagine going out to open spaces, mountain ranges, and enjoying that. That at this point, Mega City 1 wasn't a talking point. But from the 8 cities that Robert knows I don't want to live in, it turns out that they actually have a plan already to just remember someone's always going to live at the bottom row of those buildings. Someone's always going to be out of direct sunlight. I guess you can have some artificial stuff brought in. But like the line right there in this song and the future tube scenario and cricket paste, they don't align at all. They're two different things completely.
Breathing it in deeply and the healing has begun.
Yeah, because the sky park, which won't be accessible to the bottom rung anyways, no matter what the brochure says, we've never had that. We've never had the bottom mixed with the top. You really think the future? Do people building the tallest buildings in the world want to rub elbows with the people who scrub toilets? Come on. That shit ain't never going to happen. But come on. You know who the masses are. They're not the people at the top of the tallest building in the world. They're the people that actually help build it. So, I'm just saying I'm really, I like it all. But as, if I had to go, how do these ideas meld with the world I see here? And I literally saw the robot dogs asking for identification just, I think it was today. Now, that could be AI deepfake. Who knows? Thank God we went with this. Nothing I say is real anymore because of deep fake tech. Nothing I see is real anymore because of deep fake tech. I have every right as a human being to talk about anything the fuck I want, because it turns out even lying is protected speech. There is, what did I hear him say? I loved it. I told Ange. You are not the arbiter of truth. I am not the arbiter of truth. There isn't one.
Believing that we're one, breathing it in deeply and the healing has begun.
There has never been a better time to be alive.
I agree with that. Or safer.
Life can be a sequence of precluded opportunities, just like deja vu that never ends. It seems our position as spirit beings on this physical journeys to make our moves and then ascend. Life can be a sequence of
Hey,
precluded
and then here's we go. There's a connection there. Making the moves is no different than my opinion on creating in the physical. I know, he's killing me. He's killing me. But I love him too much. He's way more important than everything I've said all day. I can't express that enough. Yeah. We better finish this song. I didn't think we were going to go 20 minutes on one of them, but here we are.
opportunity, just like deja vu that never ends. It seems our position as spirit beings on this physical journey to make.
I gotta get a cigarette. This is so good. Now here, of course, here's the link to the original. I am Rollen Rex, your favorite song on this one, but this one, I very much like where we're at. But then I think it's a good reflection on. This is that thing I was talking about. I think this is very much left-leaning, geopolitical and new age spiritual enlightenment mixed with some fat-ass bars and good beats, chill-ass rhythms and all that jazz. Hip-hop. All that hip-hop. I don't think I'm right. I don't think they're wrong. I just think I was over on this side at one point, and because I see all life is sacred, and a lot of the hustling on this planet I see is grifty, cheating, complicated, top-down problems. I really do. And the whole argument that the village itself, the community, is supposed to weed out the people, the psychopaths. But it seems like we keep voting them into power, so it gets really confusing for me. But man, I'm having a good time, and we're getting our efforts worth. I hope. I got to get smokes. I was away taking care of my business, and if we had focused on global unity, actually, not name calling, finger pointing, and some unity, lots of division, I can't imagine the world that would have been created already. And I don't even like Teslas and that shit. But following that goofball has taught me one thing. Not everyone is on the same page. And if your answer is right-wing extremism, dude, I'm not for you. This isn't to Mike. This isn't to anybody. I'm just saying. I'm so tired of ideas outside of the box being condemned and the fucking language in all these songs literally just being done again in someone else's name for someone else's cause because they think they're right. I'm watching it all play out right now in real time. Here's the dilemma with the left. Most of us knew about that footage from day one. We watched it TikToked live. So then when you say it's fake and when you say it's doctored, I'm telling you, get off your ass and watch this shit live. As the Summer of Love live streamed its murders, I unfortunately watched. There's nothing an activist, extremist, progressive ideologue can tell me. I watched them do it. They live streamed and danced. That wasn't a deep fake. That was pride in the rebellion. I side with the blowback that's coming. I just can't partake in it. But I do think the nonstop division will reap rewards that the top is not prepared for.
Journeys to make our moves and then ascend. Life can be a sequence of precluded opportunities, just like deja vu that never ends.
As we ascend, I'm going to go with Man-O-War on this. Till the blood on your hands is the blood of a king. Oh, that's a Man-O-War song. Man-O-War song. But I don't think you stop till the blood on your hands is the blood of a king. I don't got nothing against my neighbors. Ooh, Mel Gibson, he's a really good director. I like him. If that alienates people, I'm sorry. But I really like The Patriot. So always past the front row is a dude with medals on their, right, in the movies. There's these guys, they got medals and they seem to be in control. They make a much better starting spot than the fodder on the front row sent there to perish. Great movie. I really like that. That's a solid film.
Just like deja vu that never ends. It seems our position as spirit beings on this physical journey to make our moves and then ascend. Until we change our ways, there's no fucking way they'll change their ways. Manipulate our brains with the airwaves. Our kids will face the same shit when they're slaves. What gets me is they claim that it's fair play, but label us insane if we dare say anything that unlocks the staircase, so they can keep us locked in a scared state.
I love that shit. I apply all of the searching, longing, knowledge bars, suck that right up like it'd be part of my soundtrack. Just because I'm gonna. It's not all. I don't think it's all complicated. I'm going hard because for Mike. You know, I mean, if I'm gonna go off in the tinfoil hat one for Nick Natoli, I'm gonna go as hard as I can for my core knowledge base for my biggest supporter, even if it pushes buttons, right? Because the truth is, in the end, we'd still go put up that fence together. We'd still probably enjoy lounge activities. Would just probably don't see eye to eye on every single issue, which, holy crap, that's permissible as long as we both ain't want to do no harm. My God, I love the fact we don't agree. I want cheese and croissants on one side of the mountain and sausage and jerky on the other. I would hate if on both sides of the mountain they made cottage fucking cheese.
Anything that unlocks the staircase, so they can keep us locked in a scared state.
Yeah, but until I change my ways, there's no fucking way you'll change your ways. And we'll keep celebrating Earth Day, even though it's clear it's merely wordplay.
Really? Then as the guy who has daughters, should we talk about the farce we're seeing? Because here's the thing, it turns out statistically, in a family of 6, if 5 of your kids are in the current movement, full blown, how have you not won the fucking lottery? Turns out that's a statistical improbability. But it's happening everywhere. So I would say Earth Day is the same as every other day. It's always been a hallmark moment for grifties to grift their grift on, to con and shuck them oysters.
And we'll keep celebrating Earth Day, even though it's clear it's merely wordplay. What gets me is I know that they can cure AIDS, because they control the healthcare and the birth rate.
All right, I'm tinfoil hat crazy. I would like to at 100% admit this is a fire, and that's a bold-ass line right there, and I think that's 100% true. And I'm not sure his name, and it's probably good that I don't know his name. This is already full of algorithmic anomalies that will keep the channel hidden that much longer. Because, see, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure you're allowed within the simulation to repeat the simulation's talking points. But if I take and take it out of the simulation and move it into my own personal reality, that's problematic for algorithmic attention. I dead fucking believe that.
What gets me is I know that they can cure AIDS, cause they control the health.
Oh yeah, well I 100% believe that's true. Just like that whole, I'm not sure if it's even an isolated single virus, according to the tinfoil hat rabbit holes I've been down. And I don't know if it's real, but I know that I went down the entire, you can be diagnosed in one country and then literally that diagnosis goes away because of standards and practices on the basket of illnesses that represent that topic. Now, I don't know if that's 100% true because I'm not a doctor, right? Oh, Mike, we're 25 minutes in, man. We got 3 minutes in the song. In the most regular, brotherly way, man. Thank you. I love you, man. I love my actual brother, and I told him that this morning, so I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you now. Nothing but love, man. I love it. I love this. It's okay. I don't agree, right? I think this is, we're getting all this mileage because I don't agree. But then I do agree. I believe the left has been more misled than any group on the planet.
Wordplay. What gets me is I know that they can cure AIDS, cause they control the healthcare and the birth rate. Then indoctrinate us till we serve hate, and incarcerate us in this bird cage.
Yeah. And they're just going to make a prison that's really shiny in a straight line. And if you live at the bottom, it's still a prison. I'm just saying. If you need a pass to leave the border of your 15-minute city, that's a prison.
And incarcerate us in this bird cage.
And what frightens me is that people are simply letting it happen.
Oh, yeah.
Life can be a sequence of precluded opportunities, just like vision that never ends. It seems our position as spirit beings.
So, I like this very much, but here's what I believe. I believe a lot of this led to what is essentially a color change revolution in this country. And it's based on stuff that's going to be a really hard sell when it comes completely out into the light. I think 90% of it is 100% on the up and cool. You do you. But the stuff I'm referencing only works as long as the propaganda flows. When the actual light of truth is shined upon it, the quantifiable facts are undeniable.
On his physical journeys to make our moves and then ascend. Life can be a sequence of precluded opportunities, just like deja vu that never ends. It seems our position as spirit beings on his physical journeys to make our moves and then ascend.
That kind of liquidy drop synth shit.
Sweatshop.
And then, if given the opportunity, I guess starting with the exploitation of workers planet-wide could be the conversation, we'd be on the same page instantly. I agree with that 100%, right? So from that angle and all the lyrical content, there's my point. I would work their show. I'd treat them with the utmost respect. I would have strong starting points for conversation. Midway through conversations, we would find variants and caveats that differ. But I would hope there'd be so much common ground that we could work through. I 100% can see shit different and wrong. But then some of the stuff I think is right on. I mean, I think there's a problematic nature with blanket statements and it's this way only. It's the nuance that gets lost in the narrative.
Sweatshop. You don't need to believe it or even agree with it, but give yourself time to make memories to leave it. Innocent bystanders.
There we go. Ascend, Sweatshop Union. Holy smokes. We are in the middle of something now. Take care.